Candida albicans, or more commonly called yeast overgrowth, has been a hidden epidemic. It is becoming a major disease and an underlying factor in many other diseases. Candida exists everywhere, and humans come in contact with it throughout the day on everything they touch, in the air they breathe, and on most of what they consume. It is not a problem unless it overgrows and interferes with the friendly bacteria in the body. This overabundance leads to all kinds of health concerns. Western society's dependence upon refined foods, fast foods and antibiotics have all contributed to a growing number of cases. It affects men, women and children. Its main habitat is the digestive tract. As a fungus or microorganism, it is not beneficial to the body.
The warmth and moisture of this canal create a perfect environment for microorganisms to breed. For example, bacteria called lactobacilli, which are naturally present in the vagina, coexist with a yeast fungus called Candida albicans. Normally, the lactobacilli create an acidic environment that keeps the natural yeast population in balance. However, when conditions within the vagina change that either decrease the numbers of lactobacilli or decrease the acidity, these yeast fungi begin to multiply. The growing yeast population causes irritation in the walls of the vagina and is accompanied by mild to severe itching. In addition, a white lumpy discharge can form that looks similar to cottage cheese and carries an unpleasant odor. Yeast infections can develop following a course of medications to treat other illnesses. The reason being that the medications that destroy illness-causing bacteria in the body also destroy the normal bacteria present in the vagina.
Through the circulation, yeast toxins proceed to inhibit the functions of suppressor cells by mechanisms not entirely understood. The abnormally elevated helper-suppressor ratio in many Candida-afflicted individuals reflects this disturbance. The helper cells are then unimpeded or unopposed in their functions of stimulating B-cell antibody production. B cells go wild, so to speak, and begin making antibodies to substances that ordinarily would not be considered foreign, to foods, for instance. The yeast releases toxic byproducts that enter and circulate throughout the bloodstream and causes disturbances in organs and tissues distant from the growing yeast colonies. The specific tissue or organ damaged by the yeast toxins will determine which symptoms will occur. If the damage is in the brain, then depression, schizophrenia, irritability, mood swings, fatigue, poor memory, fuzzy thinking and headaches are all symptoms. If the damage is in the lungs, then asthma, chronic coughing and other symptoms may result. If the damage is to the skin, then itching, hives and rashes are likely reactions.
Hi, my name is Will. I was diagnosed with Candida 2 years after having glandular fever. I never really got over the glandular fever and that turned out to be the reason. I think I got it mainly from the antibiotics given as medication for the glandular fever, but this also would have been compounded by bad diet, alcohol, sugary things, that sort of stuff. It is a lengthy recovery process, but it is very treatable, and you learn a lot along the way about your body, foods, and how they impact on your health.